Hey guys, welcome back. It is time for a Shop My Stash update and picking new products. So I will start by doing a get ready with me with all of the products that I picked out last time and going over what I thought of them, and then we're going to pick out new products for the next round. So let's jump right in. I am going to start with my primer. I was using the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer in the color correcting adjust and the That Gal Brightening Face Primer by Benefit. While I'm applying my primer, my stay home giveaway is going on, so if you want to check that out, that will be linked down below and in the iCards. Okay, so in terms of color correcting, I don't know that I saw a lot of that. I do have some redness. I've had a lot of breakouts, so I don't really think I've seen any kind of color adjusting with this primer. The texture though, I really do like. It's definitely a more moussey texture than Smashbox's original Photo Finish Primer. And I would say that it is between a Benefit Professional and like a Cover FX one. So the Benefit Professional, I feel like it's a very slick and glidey. I don't like it at all. The Cover FX one is very moussey and maybe a little more thick. This one I feel like is a really good consistency of the both of them. Fills the pores really nicely and keeps my makeup on this center area where I can have some sliding throughout the day with other primers. If I ever need a primer again, like if I go through my whole stash, this would be something that I would purchase. Not for the color correcting aspect of it, for the consistency of it. The That Girl Face Primer, I wouldn't go out and repurchase it. I don't feel like it gives anything extra. It's a tiny bit tacky. It reminds me of the Smashbox Primerizer in texture, but without that tackiness to help my makeup grip to it. For concealer, I had the Coastal Scents Ellipse palette. This has 15 shades in it. Obviously, I'm not going to need all of those shades, but actually, I wonder if I could use that for the brows. I've been using like this section right here. I am liking this concealer. I didn't think I would. I think it goes on pretty nice. It's a little bit thicker. I always prefer a cream concealer for my face because I feel like it has better coverage to it and just sticks in place a little bit better. But I just use this to do some spot correcting. I think I've been stressed out lately because I've been having some breakouts. All of this teaching my children is like stressing me out. I told them this is actually my break right now. I told them teachers get breaks and I'm going on my break. All right, next for foundation, I had the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Concealer. This one I got as a free gift for my diamond reward for the year. And then I had the Ulta Youthful Glow Foundation Serum Drops. I'm going to combine these today. I'm not the biggest fan of the Youthful Glow Foundation Drops, even combined with another foundation. So what I have been doing is just putting this across my finger. And then this one is a little harder to get out. I probably just need to take this stopper out. So then I just pull this along my finger, and then I can get a pretty good mix on my face when I do that. This one I really like. I don't feel like it's too mattifying. It gives good coverage and it stays in place pretty good throughout the day. It could be a foundation that I repurchase in the future. I would have to test it against my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation because that's my all-time favorite. If I liked that one more, then I would probably pick it up in the future. This one I would not. I really don't know if I'll even finish the bottle. It is a better foundation than the Bare Minerals serum foundation that they had. It's not as loose and it doesn't separate as much. When I use that by itself, within like 5 minutes of when I put it on, you can already see it going into pores and separating some on the skin. When you're putting on foundation, just make sure that you're bringing it down on the neck to blend out that color, and then our bronzer will help us blend that together too. Oh my gosh, I hate these breakouts. Next, I had some concealers in here. I used the Tarte Double Duty Beauty, the Naked Skin Weightless one. I have this in Fair, and it really is too light for my skin right now. And then I was trying to use up the CoverGirl one, so I was kind of mixing this with the other two because this is a little bit darker of a shade. I tested my Tarte Shape Tape against the Benefit Boing Creaseless Concealer. Oh gosh, I always forget that you need so little of this one. Just going to put a little bit of my CoverGirl one in here. So I tested those against each other side by side without setting them and with setting them, and I think they perform very similar under the eye. What a difference concealer makes. I'm going to set my eyes first, and I am going to set it. I was using two powders. The e.l.f. Tone Correcting Powder here is what it looks like. I believe this is somewhere from $3 to $6. And guys, this is not a bad powder. I didn't mind my face at all when I set it. I think it helps set it. And I like to have a bit of a mattifying powder because my T-zone does tend to get a little bit more oily. And I've even been using this. This is what I'm going to use today. I've even been using this to set under my eyes a little bit. I think it gives a little bit of blurred effect in this area here where I have bigger pores. If you were on a budget, or even if you weren't, I think this is a pretty good setting powder. I was also using the Beauty Bakery Better Not Bitter Flour. I really like this one as well. I would recommend either of these powders to you. I know I've been looking for a drugstore setting powder that I could recommend because I've tried the Maybelline one and I wasn't a big fan of that, the Fit Me one that everyone loves. And I felt like it looked a little cakey. This one here, when you're using it with your brush, let me see if I can. It becomes a very fine powder, and I think it applies really nicely to the skin. So now I've got a drugstore powder that I can recommend to you guys. So let's go in with bronzer. I pulled out this e.l.f. Contouring Blush and Bronzer. If you see my blush declutter, this was actually in there because... Well, first of all, the blush goes on like there's nothing. You really don't see anything. The bronzer is really dark, I think. So I'm going to try to lightly put it on. I mean, do you see? It's not the easiest to blend out. I actually didn't use this much during my Shop My Stash because I used it a couple days and just wasn't not a fan of the way that it looked. And it's a little bit more, I feel like it has a little bit more of a golden undertone to it as well. So I just... Like, look, it just does not, you can see it. It just doesn't blend out very well. This is the Ulta Powder Brush. I love this brush. I recommended you guys to get it during the 21 Days of Beauty. It is so soft, and it usually blends makeup really well. This one is just not that great. And for the nose, I just pinch and do what's left of it. And I don't really do it for contouring the nose. I do it to bring some depth to my face. I feel like if I don't bronze the nose, I just have kind of this whiter space in the center of my face. So I just do it with what's left on the brush. I don't bring anything else to contour my nose with. All right, so we are bronzed up. And also with whatever is left on the brush, I'll go ahead and just bring it down onto my neck just to make sure everything is blended really well together. For blush, I had 3 products that I pulled up. The Fenty Matchstick in, what is that one? Chili Mango, the NARS Blush in Orgasm, and the Tarte Blush in Pink Bronze. That's what it looked like. When I bought it, it's when I first started getting into makeup. It was on sale at Ulta, and I was like, oh, that's going to be such a cool Tarte blush to have. There's not really that much pigment to it. I actually decluttered this also in my blush declutter. So 2 of the things that I had in my project pan have now been decluttered. So I'm going to put the other ones on today. What I like to do is put this Chili Mango matchstick. I've been using this Alamar bronzer brush for my matchstick because it's denser. Honestly, I think you can use any kind of brush with this and then just blend it on. I highly recommend this. I love this. If I use this up, there's a chance I would buy another one, which is crazy because Fenty is really expensive. Oh my gosh, look how pretty that is. It's got a glow to it, and it's got, oh, that pretty orangey apricot color. So beautiful. I was talking about this sometime and I said I hate applying products in sticks onto my face because I feel like it always leaves a little bit of a line where you applied it, but I've tried it with this one and I don't really think it does. It blends out pretty nicely. I just love this so much. And then I'm going to go ahead and top it with the NARS Orgasm one. I don't think you need to, but since it was in the Shop My Stash, just put a little bit of that pinky on there so you can see the difference. Both of these are really glowy blushes. And that other brush that I used for the NARS blush was the Ulta Blush brush. Say that 10 times fast. For highlighters, I pulled out a highlighter palette that I had. This was the only highlighters that I brought in. These are my single highlighters. These are all from Vanessa's Vanity. These 2 are from Touch of Glam Beauty, and this one is a Look-See. Yes, this one's Looksy in High Society. So let me go ahead and tell you what I think of them overall. This one is ColourPop in Here Kitty Kitty. Absolutely love this one. I think this is a beautiful, natural but there highlighter. You could obviously build it up if you gave it a spray and put another coat on, but I think it's just a really pretty highlighter. This used to be a pizza. It has broke so many times. This is one of my favorite highlighters ever. It is the Touch of Glam Beauty one in Pie in the Sky. I'm probably going to put that one on today. This one from Touch of Glam Beauty was a Earth. I have no idea what it's called. S-H-I-L-O-O. Yeah, I can't read that. Like I said, it was a Earth. That one is definitely too blue for me to put on my skin, but I do like it for an inner corner highlight. This one from Vanessa's Vanity I really enjoy. This is Unspoken. And this one is a little too white for me. It is transparent ice, but works nice for an inner corner highlight. And this one is Electricity. That has got a little bit too much of a green shift to it. It's kind of a duochrome highlighter, but if I mix this one with either of these, it gives a really nice highlight. So today I'm going to put Pie in the Sky on. It's almost gone. And you need such a light amount of this. So I have this on a little bit more. Do you see that? This is a Luxie tapered highlighter brush. And I'm just going to kind of blend it out. Put some on my temples up here. I never add more to my brush to do that because I just want a very light amount of highlighter. All right, I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyebrows. This is the Benefit Bravo Conditioning Primer. This is in my project pan. All right, so then we just have brows and we're moving on to the eyes. I've been using the Stay Don't Stray eye primer. It works just fine. It's not something that I would go out and purchase like the full size of. If you want something inexpensive that works really good, the Ulta Matte Nude Eye Primer works really good. I like the NYX Jumbo White Pencil. All right, now for brows, I was using the $1 Billion Brow Pencil in Universal shade, just Universal. I really like this. And when I do my brows, I just really fill them in. I give a little more height to this one because it's a little lower on my face. But for the most part, I just fill in where the sparseness is because I think my eyebrow shape is just fine. If you saw my Shop My Stash, you know I just found one of these just like right before the lockdown went on. I was at TJ Maxx. When you're seeing this, it's probably been like a month since I've left the house. It was $4. So I did pick it up because this really is one of my favorite ones. And for $4 for a good brow pencil, that is such a good deal. And this one you can use really light-handed. Obviously, if you use it more heavy-handed, you are going to get more pigment from it. Then I also pull forward in my Shop My Stash the Instant Brow Tinted Brow Gel with Microfibers. We got this in a BoxyCharm box last year, maybe last summer. I haven't used it a ton, and I think it's already like gone. I don't really feel like anything happens when I use this product, so I'm probably going to be decluttering it when I do my brow collection. I mean, I don't feel like that did anything but brush my eyebrows, which I already did. When I first got that, I loved it, but it either went dry too fast or there wasn't enough product in there for me to say that I would recommend that product to you. I'm gonna go ahead and set my face with the Urban Decay All Nighter. Today, we are gonna be using the Modern Renaissance palette. What was I going through? I was doing my Project Pan video and realized that this is in my Project Pan and I barely touched it all year because I forgot I put it in my project pan. So I pulled it up for my Shop My Stash. So this is the palette that I'm going to use today. And I'm not trying to pan the whole thing. I'm just seeing how many shades I can hit pan on in a year. We're going to do a pretty simple look with that because we do still need to pick out products. So I am going to start with this shade Bone Fresco, and I'm taking a Morphe 433, and that is just going to go in my transition area. And this one I'm just kind of swirling around, little circular motions, building it up a little bit. Then I like to just wrap it around a little bit to make sure that it comes out even with this outer V area. For the outer V, I'm going to go in with my Wet n Wild brush. There's no name on it. It's from the Bretman Rock collection. Aren't those so pretty? I love Wet n Wild brushes. I think I'm going to mix a Venetian Red and Cypress Umber together for the outer V. And then we'll take Love Letter in the crease area. So I'm just going to kind of pat this on and bring it in some. Ooh, while I'm doing this, I've got to tell you guys about this new app that I found. I'll try to link it below I tried to find it on my husband's phone and I couldn't find it just by searching from it. I'm going to go back in with this brush and not add anything to it and just blend this out here. Kind of pull it up a little bit and bring it into the crease. Okay, so it's like my beauty rewards. And if you play games already on your phone, you can add the games through this app. You know what? We'll use this one. This is a Morphe 507 brush, just a little small fluffy brush. And I'm going to take a love letter, which is this shade right here. If you load the games through this app, you can earn gift cards. So I started it 2 or 3 days ago. So if you add 5 in your first so many days, and 5 is all I'll add, like I don't need to be sitting and playing games. But like if my kids play the game or something, then you earn points and you can redeem your points. I redeemed my points for an Ulta gift card. So I just got a $5 Ulta gift card. I haven't gotten it yet, but I did read reviews on it and everyone says they get it fairly quickly after they redeem. So I'm on my way to another reward and it's so exciting. All right, so I added love letter to that crease area. I'm gonna add just a tiny bit of love letter on just a flat brush to blend the outer V. This is another brush from the Bretman Rock collection with Wet n Wild. They were fairly inexpensive and they were buy one get one half price, and then I also had a $3.50 off of 15, so I got a pretty good deal on it. I'm gonna add a little bit more of Bone Fresco. I'm gonna put love letter on the lower lash line. Like if I hit pan in these, it will be the shades that I use today because I use these shades all the time. For the shimmer shade, I'm going to use Primavera today. It's like a champagne shimmer shade. This is just an e.l.f. concealer brush. I am going to spray it. And then I'll go back in with love letter and blend these together. For the inner corner, I'm going to take Vermeer, which is this shade. And I got these at TJ Maxx too. There's some of those little circular brushes, but I use this for my inner corner every once in a while. I am hoping that Crybaby is going to work for me. This is a lavender shade from ColourPop. My purples have been drying out and I can't reorder them. I don't think that's going to work very well. All right, I am going to take my LA Girl Shockwave Liner in Vivid, and then I'm going to top it with my NYX Whites in Linen and see if we can get kind of a lavender shade that way. These LA Girl Shockwave ones really are good. I think that works out pretty good. Let me see. Yeah, perfect. So now we've got a lavender liner. On the lips today, I'm gonna put my Ulta lip butter in Enticing. You can't get this anymore, but I do have a new Ulta lipstick I'm gonna try to see if it's a similar formula. I love this. I feel like it's really glossy, but also has a really good pigment to it. I am going to do some black tightline, wing liner mascara, and be back to show you guys the final look and pick out some new products. Back with mascara. Overall, I pretty much liked everything that I used this week except for a few things, so it was a good week. I did want to mention that I have been trying these Midas Cosmetics lashes in Celine. These were in the last Shop My Stash, but I had misplaced them and hadn't used them, but I've been using them in this Shop My Stash. I'm not going to put them on today, but I absolutely love these. These are a pair of lashes that I would repurchase. I think they look beautiful on the eyes. They're in a couple pictures recently on Instagram, and I just love the way they look. They're not too much over the top, but they give some length to the lashes and they're pretty easy to apply. So I did want to mention those. Now let's get into picking out products. I feel like the setup is a little bit off from usual, but we're gonna go with it. So I've got my products up here that I need to return. Let's start with blush. So I did just do my blush declutter, so my blushes are pretty nice and organized right now. I just purchased this one, so I'm going to pop that in there. We need to put the NARS one back as well as the Fenty one back, although that will be making a return very soon. You know what? I think I'm going to pull out my Too Faced blush. This is Strawberry. I love this blush and how pretty for the spring right now. And you know what? I haven't used this Urban Decay one in so long, and I love this purple blush. This one is in Bittersweet. And I was talking about when I did my blush declutter that, no, what was it? This one. This is a Clinique one. This is in Ice Lotus. I was saying that this would be so pretty with that bittersweet because it's kind of a purpley shade as well. So I'm going to pull that out. So those are going to be the 3 blushes that I pull out. I've also got a Milani Luminosa one in my project pan. All right, let's move on to highlighters. Obviously, I still need to do my highlighter declutter because it is overflowing. I recently picked up, oh guys, this might need to be the next one I do. Can't handle that. I recently picked up a Nabla one during the 21 Days of Beauty. I got this in Amnesia, so I'm definitely going to be pulling this one forward. We are going to put the palette of highlighters back, and that one just sits in my drawer. You know what I should? I just found this in the back of my drawer. I haven't used this in so long, so I'm going to pull this forward as well to see what I think about it. This is the Urban Decay Afterglow highlighter palette, so I think that's enough to pull forward for highlighters, but we've definitely got a declutter coming very soon. This is my bronzer / odds and ends bin in my drawer, and I think I am gonna pull forward this Tarte one. I haven't used this in a while, so let's just see what it's like again. I've also got my Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer in my project pan, and then this one obviously is getting decluttered from my blush collection. This is something else I keep on the top drawer of my desk. Let me see if I can. There's a little peek at it. So this is the top drawer of my desk / vanity, but really just a desk. This is all of my kind of topper things that I keep in there. So let's pull some forward. How about this eyeshadow from ColourPop? This is a Super Shock one in Animal. So it's a really pretty coral with some sparkly to it. Cherry's Jubilee. I don't want to pull forward that. You know what? Let's pull forward a Jelly Much one. I haven't used this in a long time. This is in Ventura. So it is like that iridescent purpley kind of shade color. Oh, you know what else I'm going to pull forward? This is a Lorac. It doesn't say what it is on here. I have one of these in my giveaway right now. It's in a different color. Holy moly. It's in a different color, like I was saying. But I have never even tried this one, so I want to try this. This is what lace looks like. I don't know, it's kind of more of a topper, isn't it? Well, we're going to find out. All right, that's all I'm going to pull forward from this right now. Moving on to brows. So my brows and my primers are together. I'm going to go ahead and put my brow products away that I had before. So I just have a couple in with my eyeshadow primers, the ones that don't fit in these. Bang Beauty Chocolate Gel eyeliner. Yeah, let's give that a try. You know what? I haven't used this one in forever, so let's pull this forward. This is the Cream Gel Brow Ka-Brow from Benefit. So it had that little brush up there. I hope it's not dried out. Well, we'll find out. Some kind of a brow pencil. How about this one? I haven't used that in a while. The Brow Contour Pro. Now moving on to eyeshadow primers, we are putting back our, you know what, I'm just going to keep this one out because I think it's almost done. So I'm going to keep that one out to try to finish it up. Oh, for sure we're going to put this one in here. This is the Glitter Glue Primer from Too Faced. I've never used this one, but I use the NYX one, and I really like the NYX one. I've never tried that though. So let's do that one, and then I'm going to pull the NYX one because I'm going to use these on separate eyes, and maybe I can get 2 days out of that to compare those two products. What haven't I used in a while? You know what? Let's do this one because I've been using a lot of lighter eyeshadow shades. This is the ABH one, and this has got some, not white, but very close to white brightening power for eyeshadow colors. And I've been using a lot more bright and pastel ones lately, so we'll pull that one forward as well and see how those eyeshadows apply to that one. Like we've got like the Pastel Pup palette I've been using. So we're going to pull that forward, and just brighter shades in general. You know, we're getting into warm weather and it's time to pull out all those fun eyeshadow palettes. Oh my gosh, look what I found in here, you guys. My Touch of Glam. I don't know what who these are from. Vanessa's Vanity. I don't know who that's from. These are my Touch of Glam shadows. And my Vanessa Vanity shadows. Okay. I don't know why that's not up here with my single shadows. Moving into foundations. All right, so we're going to be putting this one back for sure. You know what? I need to try this. I've had this for a while. I've never tried it. This is the ABH Stick Foundation. I have it in the shade Natural. So let's pop that in there. All right, I'm going to pull this one out as well. I'm actually going to be doing a little comparing of these two over the next couple weeks, along with using that ABH one, so we can see which one I like better. And I think that's good for foundations. Now we've got powders. Man, I need to declutter these as well. What do I need to try? Oh, yes. So I just talked about this in my new makeup releases because Innisfree has come out with some Mentos scented no sebum mineral powder. So this one I'm going to be pulling out and using. Look at that. I've never even tried it. Yeah, I've never tried it. So we definitely need to try that one and see what it's like. Ooh, I haven't really tried this KVD one, and now people are buying KVD again. So we're going to pull that one forward as well and try those two back in here. And then I've also got my Smashbox Photo Finish powder that I am still trying to project pan after, what, 3 years. So we'll see if I can use some of that up as well over the next couple weeks. Next up, we've got primers. So we are putting these two away, and right off the bat I see this one and I've never tried this before. I do think it's made for their mineral powder foundation, which I do have one of those in my project pan, so I'm going to try it with that, but then also with my other foundations as well. Let's see what kind of... Oh, that's interesting. It's kind of between a liquidy and a pore filling one. Let's see what else we have. I definitely want to pull something pore filling forward. Velvet Blurring Primer from Becca. Oh, that's very liquidy. Let's try that one too. And then I think I'll just pull forward this Peter Thomas Roth one. I know that is more pore filling, so we've got a little something of everything there to try out. Actually, scratch that. I am pulling this Professional forward, and I'll tell you why. I've tried this several times. I haven't liked it, but I know it's coming in the BoxyCharm box, and before I decide if this is going in a giveaway or not, which the full size probably will, I'm going to give it one more try and see. Maybe my skin's changed. I don't know. We're going to try it again and see how it works. So that's all for primers. Next we've got concealers. So we're putting these two back. I'm going to keep this one out because I still want to try to get rid of it. And I know that I want to pull forward this one. Have I used this yet? I don't know if I use this or not. It's a very light, but I want to give it a try. I bought this because Samantha March said it was one of her favorites and it was on sale at the time. So I picked this up to give it a try. Ooh, what do we have here? Under eye concealer. I haven't used that. Oh my gosh, I barely used that at all. Let's pull that one forward. That is the Collab Under Eye Concealer. So that's more of a salmony shade to it. I'm going to pull this one forward for my face. This is the Sheer Cover Concealer. I've got it in light medium. I need one more under eye. I think I'm just going to pull this Jewel Up one forward because that is one of the only ones I have in a bit of a darker shade. So I'm going to pull that one forward as well because I think that CoverGirl one is going to be too light for me. Last, we have lashes. I definitely want to keep... Where did those Midas ones go? Oh, I want to keep these in my Shop My Stash. I've really been enjoying them. And I'm going to pull one more forward. Let's see what all of these Lucius Lex ones look like. Here's Mean Girls. And we've got Sugar Baby. Maybe those. Let's see what this other one looks like. That one doesn't say what they are. We're going to go with Sugar Baby. So I need to sort these out too. So Sugar Baby is the other lashes that we're going to pop in here for my Shop My Stash. All right, so we have got everything for Shop My Stash. This goes in my makeup bag on my bathroom counter. So these are the products that I will be using every day. And then I will see you guys in a couple weeks for reviews on these products. Thank you guys for joining me. I hope you all are staying happy, healthy, and safe. Please do subscribe before you leave, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.